How many of you have ever thought, well, how can God listen to everybody all around the world pray all at the same time? You know, well, be more than that. How can he pay attention to every sparrow? How can he have every hair on your head numbered? Well, it's because our image of God is like, our theology is so wrong. Hilariously, outrageously wrong. Because we kind of picture, don't we? I mean, I know we know better than this, but we kind of sort of almost kind of picture like a grandpa with white hair in heavens, you know, sort of. I know we don't, but kind of we do. We picture a person. We picture a person, right? And we think, how can a person think of every person, every bird, every hair, you know, every atom, every part? Pardon?
I need a person.
We do need.
I think about it.
Oh, absolutely. But please understand, when we describe God the Father even as a person, which is absolutely, you know, precious to us, understand that it is analogous language. It's an analogy, and it does not. Every analogy breaks down. And so as I was thinking about that, it's like, you know why? So that image is wrong. Why does God know everything about everything? And here's where, if you're a good modernist, you'll say, ooh, he's a heretic, because you have that grumpy on you. Well, it's because God is in everything. God is everywhere, in everything. God is in every hair that's numbered. That's why every hair is numbered, because it exists in him. That's why every bird, he's aware of every bird, because it's not like he has a brain, a person in heaven, that has wires connected to every gluon and quark and electron and proton in the universe. Do you understand? It's not like this. No. The mind of God is bigger than the universe. The whole universe is inside the mind of God. See, I told you I was going to get weird. But I feel like there's something right about that. That there's something right about that. The cosmos was issued forth. We've talked about this so often. From the joy of God, the glory of God, breathed forth this reality. It does not exist outside him. In fact, it was pointed out to me by someone using their intellect a couple months ago, that phrase that God created everything ex nihilo, like out of nothing, is misleading. Very Roman, very typical, very Western, very modern. God created everything ex nihilo. That's more technically not correct. God did not create everything out of nothing. He created everything out of himself. We are, and I love it. I mean, here's where the spiritual watchdogs will get nervous. They say, "Oh, Dan, he's teaching pantheism." You know, I'm going to get worse than that now. I'm going to say that the creation itself is an emanation of the divine. It's like, oh, that's Buddhist. Dan's getting, you understand? If the spirit of grumpy comes on you, you know, then that's where you go with that. Oh, that's what I believed back when I was in the New Age. Well, when you were in the New Age, how did your Papa in heaven feel about you? He was so crazy about you. He just loved you, and you were so stupid, but he dumped reality in your head. He dumped truth in your head anyway, just because he liked you so much. And some of it you got. Like the creation is an emanation of God. So God is everywhere, in everything. I'm not, this chair is not God. That would be real pantheism. But God is in the chair. God is in the molecules, and I don't understand that.
He holds everything together.
Clearly, stated emphatically, he holds everything together, Colossians and Hebrews. So where was I going with that? Oh, yes, practical. We haven't got practical yet, have we? And I was just taken to a new level of understanding that we live in the Spirit of God. The air we speak into is not empty. It is, in a sense, all analogy breaks down. Okay, so all language breaks. In a sense, it's full of God. God is here. He is everywhere. And the Spirit is everywhere. When we speak into the heavens, we're speaking into God. When we speak into air, we have authority to move, shift, change. We have authority. You are glorious beyond your wildest dreams. You little gods, you. And here's the most practical where I'm at right now. Is that our Father in heaven created everything, in heaven, whatever that means, He created everything. And He created you symbiotically to function inside everything. Okay? And he created stuff, and then He put you in the stuff, said, there, it's a good fit. It's a really good fit. And He gave you the capacity and the authority and all the tools you need to succeed, to prosper, to function in reality. And many of us are not, in fact, I would say all of us are not functioning in different areas of our life. Or we're not prospering, successful, whole. And it causes us much pain. So we go to our Father in prayer and we say, oh God, help, 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 help. And all analogy breaks down, I know. So, I'm only talking a sliver here. I can't say the whole thing. But in some sense, I think he says to me, come on, kid. Come on, kid. Come on, kid. I gave you the tools. I gave you the tools. Go for it. Now, part of me, I'm still so damaged by my Enlightenment world upbringing that I'm still afraid of looking like a fool or a heretic or wrong. The most serious sin in my life, I'm being facetious, is being wrong. And God help me that I should ever sound like one of them, prosperity guys. Do you understand? That's one of our favorite boogeymen, the evangelical segment of the body of Christ, the non-Pentecostal side. We should, because they're wrong, and that's the worst thing is to be wrong. We don't want to be. And I just see my Father in heaven say, come on, come on, come on. I gave you these tools. Why don't you pick them up? Why don't you pick them up? Which tools? The tools of operating in the Spirit, understanding that I am massively, hugely, powerfully created in the image of God. And the tools of speaking, He gave us the rules, and He gave us the tools, and He said, now come on, pick them up. And so I should be speaking into the air, not because it's airness, because when I speak, I'm speaking inside the Spirit of God. And He is saying, yeah, there we go, now we're talking. You see? So man, I wish we had time just to lay hands on each other and pray for each other right now, because some of you are just seriously, really, really knocking it out of the park in some areas of your life. And you need to lay hands on some who are not knocking it out of the park in that area, and vice versa. They're different areas. Yes, Gary?
Let me give you a quick concrete example.
Okay.
Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. I read that to my son, David, and he said, no, don't use that because that's a health and wealth, that's Joel Osteen. and they take that and they do stuff with it that you shouldn't do. And I'm going, wait a minute, that's probably one of the best promises that I can think of that God has given me. And he said, don't use that. Don't use that with anybody because that, somebody has twisted that. So.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I can relate totally to that. And if I may, just one more. There's another answer to that verse and say, oh no, that doesn't pertain to us. That pertains to the millennium. There was a theological movement in the body of Christ, in the evangelical community, in the last 200 years, that went through the whole Bible. I'm being a little facetious, but this is the picture. They went through the whole Bible, took every good promise out of the Bible, and pulled the plug on it. Said, nope, that one doesn't apply to us. Nope, that's the millennium. Nope, none of those apply to us. Trust me, if you didn't grow up in it, count yourself blessed. But that's where I grew up. And that would be an easy answer. A future and hope. That's what it's talking about. A future after Jesus comes back. Until now, you just struggle, get through. But that is not. And let me close with this. 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians. I hardly have to read it, but chapter 4 is it, where Paul says, knocked down but not destroyed. 2 Corinthians chapter. We're afflicted in every way. The emphasis here is, but not crushed. You understand? Don't say, well, in this world you'll have tribulation. Of course you're going to have tribulation, but tribulation does not equal defeat.
Amen.
And too many of us are too often defeated in our inner man.